In this past weekend's installment of On Fire, as Elisha enters the picture, we see him become an apprentice to the prophet Elijah. He lives life alongside him day after day, learning the life of a prophet and all that it entails. So in the last two devotions, we looked at the relationships in our lives and hopefully identified some people who can model a Christ life for us, because that is such an important relationship to have. Now, while it's unlikely most of us will be called to apprentice under a prophet, apprenticeship is still in the cards for us, because ultimately, a Christian life is one that is marked with a desire to be like Jesus. This is why Christianity can't be fully explained by a belief or a faith. It's an entire life by which we answer the call to work alongside God and bring His kingdom into the ordinary parts of our world through the way we love others. You know, Jesus even points to this himself in the biography of his life written by Matthew that's found in the New Testament. I love the way it's paraphrased in the Message translation of the Bible. It says, "Are you tired, worn out, burned out on religion? Come to me, get away with me, and you'll recover your life. I'll show you how to take a real rest. Walk with me and work with me. Watch how I do it. Learn the unforced rhythms of grace. I won't lay anything heavy or ill-fitting on you. Keep company with me, and you'll learn to live freely and lightly." I mean, that's a powerful verse, and there are lots of ways that we can keep company with Jesus. You may have heard them called spiritual practices or disciplines. These are basically habits that we see prevalent in the life of Jesus that we can model ourselves after as we try to live a life marked by God's love and grace and truth. Now, I think it's important to say a surefire way to overwhelm yourself is to start all of the practices I mentioned at once. Remember, this is a lifelong practice. Pick one, let's say prayer, and begin to get in the habit of talking to God at the beginning of your day. You know, you might start by making this goal to do it for 5 minutes, 4 days a week. Start somewhere simple. And from there, you can grow the time you pray, moving it out of the morning and into moments throughout the entire day. This plan works the same for reading the Bible or silence. Try it for a week, see how it goes. And if you aren't sure where to start with prayer, with reading the Bible, or other spiritual disciplines, I'd strongly encourage you to check out the on-demand classes on our website, Learning to Pray, Exploring the Bible, or Foundations 101. They're a series of short videos that you can watch at your own pace that will guide you through building these practices. You know, the tricky thing is it's a lot easier to model ourselves after an imperfect human who can meet us for coffee than the God of the universe who walked the earth 2,000 years ago. You know, I read a line last week that I can't stop thinking about that said the trouble with the Christian life is not that it was tried and found wanting, but that it was found difficult and left untried. This is hard work. I find a lot of what Jesus asks us to do is simple, but maybe not easy. And these practices aren't transactional. You know, we don't read the Bible for a week and suddenly stop arguing with our spouse or no longer desire to hop online and view things we shouldn't. I would just so encourage you to start a habit of time with God and ask Him to meet you there. It's been my experience that the more intentional time with God I spend, the more I notice His presence throughout my day.